Hey, this is Bill and Francis from Ramblin' Hamblins.
And you're rolling down the road listening to The Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Hello, listener. Welcome to our latest episode.
Chris, why are you talking so slow today?
I'm not talking slow.
Oh, you're very slow. It's like your batteries need to be recharged.
No, they don't.
Hey, listener, how's your battery bank doing? It's The Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Gina, it has been a good little bit since we have done our last international episode.
You are correct on that, Chris. I wasn't thinking about that this morning.
But listener, we have an international podcast.
We do.
World-renowned international podcast.
World class, baby.
Yeah, because we have listeners from all over other countries.
We do.
Yeah.
And we've had, our listener knows this, but we've had people come in from Germany and all kinds of places.
Yes. Yeah, we had a guy one time, and it's been about a year. He sent us a picture of the dash of his car with our podcast being played, and he was on the Autobahn, and I think it was well over 150 kilometers an hour.
It was like 191 or something, wasn't it? It's some astronomical number.
It was crazy. Yeah, and that was one of the coolest pictures. I need to find that.
I'd like to do 191
Yeah, that would be
miles
cool.
per hour.
Yeah. Anyway, listener, we are excited today because if this has ever happened to you in the past, but it has to us. We met somebody in 2018, and then flash forward through our Airstream lives. We didn't reconnect with them again until last year at the International Rally. But we remembered each other, and we're like, oh, hey, yeah, hi, well, I remember you.
Is that really how you talk?
Kinda.
Okay.
And that's the perfect example of this gentleman. And a lot of people know him. Everybody knows him. He's in the Airstream world. He has created a product that is so unique, so awesome. And he's an awesome guy, pleasant guy. He's a Canadian. Everybody loves Canadians. Canadians are awesome.
They are so much fun.
Yes.
Eh?
So we'd like to welcome to the podcast Jonathan Schloo from Canada. Welcome to the Riveted with Chris and Gina.
Hey, Chris and Gina.
Hello.
Nice to be here.
Glad you're here.
You guys are the funnest people to just hang out with. I feel like we're just sitting outside in my Airstream or your Airstream and just hanging out together. I love that.
I like that.
That's kind of the goal of the podcast, is to just talk and share stories and talk about life experiences from being an Airstreamer and everything that comes with it, all the positives that come with it. And glad to have you.
Yeah.
And it is exciting to be able to record with somebody from another country. I think.
That's us.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're
I'm
in the
from
same
Canada,
time
but
zone, right?
Yes, we're in the same time zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
We're all North Americans. So there you go.
Yes.
There you go. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Well, that is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here it is, late May or mid-May when we're recording this, and we're currently at 92 degrees Fahrenheit where we are. What's your temperature?
You know what? This weekend we were up at 28 Celsius, which is around, we were up in 80s, 90s, I'd say that was.
So similar.
We had a beautiful heat wave. It was our May-long weekend, our Memorial Day weekend, and it was magnificent. We we hung out in our Airstream, and it was just fantastic, and we enjoyed it a lot. It was, and now it's gotten cold again, but we know that summer, it gives us happiness in our heart knowing that summer's coming again. I did all the dewinterization, everything was fine. All the water systems worked good, and that's always the thing you always worry about when you winterize it. And everything survived perfectly. So
that's awesome.
Well, when you have winters there, how cold does it get?
Brutal.
Really?
It does get really cold. It's like Minnesota and New York State and all different places like that. It gets to, I think, -4 Fahrenheit, I'd say, -4, -8 Fahrenheit even. Which is -20. It can get even colder than that, but it does get pretty cold.
I'm sorry. Did you just say minus 20?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
minus 20 Celsius. That would be minus 10, 5, whatever Fahrenheit.
I am
But,
so thankful, Jonathan, that you enjoy living there.
It's beautiful up there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's fun sometimes to camp in the cold.
Not that cold.
is.
Yeah.
Not that
I
cold.
know that we've in the 9 years we've had our Airstream, we've only winterized it one time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we've tried our very best to be in climates where we didn't have to do that.
Right.
So
Yeah, but minus cold. Minus cold. Listen to me. Minus 20. You have to winterize.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, like you could. I mean, I don't think you could camp in those kind of
well,
temperatures. I don't know.
funny story. Like I actually, for part of one winter, I hooked it up to a big 400-pound propane tank, and we left it running. And we put water in there, and I actually took a shower at would be minus 20, which is minus 4 Fahrenheit, and everything worked. I mean, it used a lot of propane to stay warm, and of course the temperature ebbs and flows. But it's kind of cool. It's not really a 4-season trailer at all. But it's kind of cool to be able to do that, and it's just interesting to do that. It was entertaining to try, but a lot of things don't work. You can't really you really use the toilet, you can't use the sewage, and it's a different way. But it's kind of entertaining. But trying to drive it around in the snow, did it a couple of times when we first got it. I had the under part of it coated, but we've done minimal of that because it's not super fun. If you have to go through it, you can be assured that it'll run, but it's not really fun I don't think, to go through that.
yeah, no question. So I mean, we met you in 2018 at Alumapalooza, but how long have you been Airstreaming? Like, when did you get yours?
Yeah, we got ours in 2016. It's funny, I just went back and looked at it. It was exactly 10 years ago. And funny enough, the guy that we met, we were at York, the Airstream Rally, International Rally last summer. And I was in a restaurant with Andy Thompson and a couple other, Andy Thompson's from Can-Am RV, the big Airstream dealer in Canada,
Yep.
and a couple other friends or neighbors at the Airstream Rally. We all went out to the restaurant, and we were just walking out, and that's when we bumped into you right there.
Yeah, right.
And so 2016 we got it. We got it from Andy and all that, and he hooked it up, did a great job, got us using the Airstream, and we love it. It's
What is it? What model is it?
So we have a 30-foot flying cloud.
That's what we have.
And it's
Yeah.
I love that. That's so cool. I mean, I love the layout of it. It's great because, the front area, we travel with our daughter, who's early 20s now. And, she's got the front area that pulls out into a bed. But when she's not there, it's a pretty nice wraparound couch that we can entertain or have friends or hang out, watch TV or whatever. And we like it. It really, I love that. It's a great trailer. I don't think there's anything that I really miss except radiant heat. Floor heating maybe would be nice, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would be nice.
That
Now, do you have the twin or the queen?
that is a great question. I'm on the queen side because I
Queen
love
side.
sleeping with my wife.
Yay.
Like we've been married for 25 years, and I know it's the big argument, toe debates are the big argument on Facebook,
Mhm.
all that. But the other one is twin or queen. But that's a great question. If I went to the trouble to be, have a wife, no, I'm just kidding. To have an amazing wife, I'm sleeping with her.
Yeah, well,
But we love being together. We've been together for 25 years, and we love sleeping together. So.
Yeah.
same with us. We have a queen, and we are keeping a unofficial tally
Yeah.
in the podcast of queens versus twins. And so far, I think it possibly, from a guest perspective, I think it could be slightly leaning in the twin favor.
No, it has been. We're almost 50-50 at this point.
Oh, are we back
Yeah,
to 50-50?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's a I wouldn't call it a contentious debate, but it is definitely an interesting topic of
Yes.
conversation.
What our listeners call it at this point is, are you a temporary stacker or not?
Yeah.
instead
What's a
of.
temporary stacker?
Oh,
I'll let Chris explain that one.
yeah, well,
This sounds interesting.
yeah, it has to do with sexy time. It's like, how do you handle that with twins and
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
With
Yeah.
twins.
yeah, see,
That's right. Everyone's got to go on the one. Like,
Yeah.
how do you manage that?
you got
That's
to pick
right.
that, yeah, do something, and so we.
We call it temporary.
That's funny. I
Temporary
never
stacker.
thought about that logistic. Yeah,
and that
you're
was
right.
that phrase was coined by one of our guests
Yes.
/ listeners, and we didn't know that was coming, but I mean, it was boom right in our face, and it makes sense.
It does.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'll say that back to the floor plan. That was the very first Airstream floor plan that we ever walked in when we started shopping.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to the Airstream dealer in Greensboro, North Carolina, and it sits up on a hill and it overlooks off in the distance down this little embankment to the interstate and to the highway. And he opened the door. We walked in. We immediately sat down on the couch, and it wasn't really hot in there, but it was a little stuffy. And he opened that window right beside the couch, the L part of the couch. And when I watched him open that window, and it was right there beside the couch, I was hooked immediately just on that. And
Isn't that great?
yeah, and then we could hear the road noise from the highway, from the interstate. And then he shut the window and he closed the door, and it was gone. Mm-hmm. And yeah. So, and we spent about another.
Well, not that every Airstream wouldn't do that same thing.
Oh no, I
but-
agree, but it was just something about that wraparound L couch right
Yeah.
beside that window,
Yeah.
and obviously that being the first floor plan we
Right.
saw.
But now we don't have any of that.
Well, we took the couch out and everything, but we did do a lot of shopping. We evaluated floor plans and all kinds of stuff, but we came back to that 30-foot flying cloud rear queen.
Now, Jonathan, ours on either side of the queen bed has lockers instead of
hanging
the
lockers.
instead of the wraparound windows. Which one did you
Yep.
choose?
That's what we have as well. We have those
Okay.
lockers, and they're kind of funny lockers.
Yes.
Like we're not quite sure what to put in them. I think if we were full timing, you would probably, like, when we go on longer road trips, we put, you can hang shirts in there and whatnot. But they're fine. They're kind of full of a lot of various and sundry different things in there.
It's kind of weird. We keep changing ours out. Like we'll put something in there for a little bit, and then we'll say, let's try that and see if that works.
Well,
It's just they're weird.
I'm
but-
on the right hand side of the bed. If you're looking at the bed,
Are you?
yeah, I'm on in the hallway looking at the bed. I'm on the right side. Yeah.
That is an interesting question. Okay, we'll come back to that. Actually, yeah.
And so since I'm right-handed and I'm on that right-hand side, when I open that compartment door, that upper compartment door, it's easy for me to like get in and out of things and do,
Yes.
But Gina, it's difficult. She's on the left-hand side, but she's
you're
right-handed.
right.
So the way that door opens, it's hard for her to do something left-handed like that. So
Yes.
it's awkward on her side storage, but
It's a little awkward.
I will tell you that and this has worked great for us, is on her side, on the lower locker, we've got a roll-on suitcase, and we because we're full-time, so we travel with it just in case we need to hop a plane for some reason.
Oh, that's a good idea.
And so what we do with it right now is that's where we flop out our winter shoes to summer shoes.
I'm sorry. Flop out.
Well, flip out or
Flip out?
flip flops.
Flip flop.
Yeah. So our wintertime shoes have been put in that suitcase, and it's in that compartment, and it's forgotten about. We never have to worry about it. And
Yeah.
then we switch it out in the winter and put our summer shoes in there, and then it's there if we need it
So
to
the
hop on a plane.
suitcase is dual purpose for us at that point.
and
yes.
and that lower compartment fits that suitcase perfectly, and not much more can go in it. So it's like it's a perfect spot for it.
yes.
Yeah.
That's great. We love the setup of that. We have 2 big duffel bags that go into there, and that's where all of our stuff goes in.
Yeah.
But
That works.
yeah, pretty cool.
We do
So what-
wish that we, even though those lockers hold a lot of stuff, we wish that we had wraparound windows like a lot of Airstream bedrooms.
I mean, it looks cool to have the windows, but it also can be colder or hotter with the windows in there
sure.
too. So yeah.
Sure. Did you buy yours new?
We bought ours used, and we're really happy that we did, because the guy that before, and that's part of actually my story, because where we originally started out, we originally were tenters, and we loved tenting, and I did canoe trips and portaging and, all kinds of stuff. And that was really fun. And then one day I was at, when you're tenting, you're at this waiting for the showers, and I met someone and they said, "Oh, we've got a shower on our trailer." I'm like, how is that even possible? And I found out they had a water tank, and they had a pop-up. They had a Fleetwood pop-up. And I was fascinated with that. So I started researching that, and that was our start into all the trailer world. And then we went down to Florida, and I was looking on Facebook. I found a guy, some guys in Lumberton, North Carolina, that had a Fleetwood pop-up for sale. And I went back and forth, arranged to pick it up on the way back driving back to Canada. And we did, and we loved it. That was our start into camping. And then we had that. I was really excited because, it had water, an actual water tank, a little cassette toilet at it. It had all those kinds of things. And it had one, I actually installed a solar panel in it as well. And that was exciting to do. So then we were excited that we had power. I installed an inverter in it. We had power and we could do things. And I thought, okay, I'm going to plug in. At one point, we were really low on power. And I thought, okay, we've got an 8-hour drive. I plugged in my 7-way connector into my car, and we drove for 8 hours, and we got to our destination, and we still had almost no power. And I learned the hard way that you get almost no power through that little, you think you're going to get recharged from that, but you're not. So that's so anyways, as we moved to our Airstream, that's where the story comes in, because the guy that had it before, that owned it, he installed solar panels, he installed an inverter, he installed satellite TV with a big thing on the top with an automatic switch you switch on, and I thought this is all really cool. And so that's how we got started into it. But then I realized that you need more power than that. And that's how I got into doing the product that I do. Yeah.
Well, it's neat to hear you say that, because or like the, I guess, origin story, so to speak, because our podcast is about all the positive, amazing things that can cause your life to change when you add an Airstream to it. And yours is a perfect example of that.
Yes.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
You switched to an Airstream, you had that experience, and then from your background and so forth, you created Car Generator, and the rest is history. And that's where we met you, is when you had that product at Alumapalooza in 2018, and you'd already had great success with it and so forth. And it's just, had an Airstream not ever come into your life, would that have happened, do you think? Like, would the, it wouldn't, right?
No, not the same way. It's just how far, like you were describing in one of your other podcasts about how you just find your way as you go forward. If you try to plan everything out from start to finish, part of it is you don't know the path. You don't know all the details of the path. So you discover it, and the doors open as you start moving forward. Right. So, that was a big key, was having the Airstream. I was so excited because it had batteries, and, we could boondock, we had water, and still to this day, I have to say, one of the coolest things I love about Airstream and having our Airstream is being able to literally be anywhere. You can park in a Cracker Barrel. I can bring my wife and my daughter to a shopping mall, and they can go inside shopping, and I can take a shower, have a nap, watch TV, cook lunch. And it's so magical that you can do that literally anywhere you go. And I love that. It's just so cool.
I agree.
Yeah. And not only that, and we've said this on episodes in the past numerous times, but it is such a cool design in the fact that it doesn't matter where you are, that Cracker Barrel parking lot or whatever, it's the same on the inside every time you open the door.
Every time.
You don't have to deal with slides. You don't have to deal with any kind of
you don't
setup.
Have to climb over anything to get to the refrigerator.
It's the same
all
thing.
The same.
Nope.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. So, do they have Cracker Barrels in Canada?
They don't. I have to actually go to America. I call them my favorite campground. I have to because they're like, it's so amazing. I love to just be able to run at my own energy. If it's 7 o'clock at night and I've got great energy and I can drive 3 hours, I'll just keep doing that. And when I start to feel tired, then I don't have to push my way through. I can just find the nearest Cracker Barrel. Or maybe far down the list, maybe a Walmart if it's in a quiet spot, but not really.
Yeah.
But you could find a Cracker Barrel and just set up for the night, and all of it. I love that.
Yeah. We
So
agree.
just in case you don't know, Cabela's, am I saying that right? Cabela's.
Yeah.
That's another place that's a good place to stop. And sometimes they have hookups.
There are a few, but we're right there with you, Jonathan, on the travel aspect of the convenience of a Cracker Barrel, because, and I'll say this, it's Harvest Hosts are awesome for nighttime stopovers, and we've had some that were amazing and the money we spent was well worth it. We've had some others that was not all that amazing and the money we spent was not worth it. But even when you take that scenario out of it, it's just kind of the convenience factor, or if anything, almost like it's my laziness or our laziness of not wanting to work out those logistics of arrival and connecting with somebody and it's just, you just drive and you find the next Cracker Barrel and you swing off and you rest, get you a meal.
Yep.
We like breakfast more than dinner, so we always usually
Agree.
come in late, then go in for breakfast in the morning before we leave. And we've never had a bad experience of a Cracker Barrel, and we have quit.
Sometimes we run into people we know.
We've done that, and we quit doing Walmarts several years ago.
Yeah.
But
I think the key with Cracker Barrel is freedom.
Yes,
Really, that's the word, because you really have the freedom to not be stressed about, I got to get to the campground before they close the gate at 7 o'clock or whatever. You really have freedom, which is honestly, if you boil it all down, that's why we Airstream.
That's
is
right.
the freedom.
Yep.
And that just really, I got to say, that really just plays so well into that.
And I want to talk about your car generator product in depth, but while we're on this subject, I can only imagine how well it would help the situation of it being 100 degrees inside your Airstream when you're traveling. You roll into Cracker Barrel at 7, 8 o'clock at night. And Gina and I, on more than one, many nights, we have been hot at a Cracker Barrel until 3 o'clock in the morning. Like we've got a small fan that blows on us. We crack a window. We've got our fantastic fan running, but it's still the heat inside that trailer just does not get out of it until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And then before too much longer, it's time to get up. And, we can't cool our rig down because we can't run our ACs or do anything like that. And I'm assuming, I hope that your product could be able to do that some. I'm not sure, but I'm familiar with its design and what it can do for the Airstreamer. But, I mean, I know that as much as we have done Cracker Barrels, those warm temperatures, you can't overcome them. And you can't run a generator. It's too loud.
And especially if you're in the South, because then you add the humidity to it.
Yeah.
And it's, sticky.
All that. All that. So,
you definitely can use it for that. And people, I would say the other big thing that's happened recently in the last couple of years is lithium has become so much more prevalent and more standardized. So before it was really all just lead acid and no one had, really any capacity. But now so many people get either lithium outfitted into their trailer, or they get the Jackery or EcoFlow or those solar battery generators or a Bluetti. And those are all great because you can do that. But what do you do when you need to recharge those? And that's really where car generator, we actually use it to do that, exactly that. People have solar, they love solar, and it's exciting and it's great, but when you need to recharge it, when the sun hasn't cooperated, that's really the magic of our product. And it's so simple. Like, you know what? I've been to rallies. I was at the factory rally, Lumapalooza, and I did a seminar there. And inside the car, this is the car generator, and inside it is an inverter. It's a pure sine wave commercial grade inverter, and it's very simple to use. It's fully weatherproof. It's patented, and it's just a very simple way to get power to your rig when you need it. And a lot of people already have lithium. They've got an inverter in their trailer. They've got everything all ready to go. And a lot of people even now can run their air conditioners just off their batteries. More and more of the people are getting that now, where they can run it for overnight or 5 hours or whatever. But if you need to recharge your batteries, that's really where we fit in. And that's where Car Generator works great.
Yeah, and the ability to do that without the loud, terrible sound of a generator. Even you have compact generators now that still are pretty quiet when they're running at its minimum level, but when you ramp them up to let them work, they're loud.
Very loud.
It's true. I think a real pivot point for us. So that's how my background, I ran a tech company for 20 years. I sold it. My wife and I bought an Airstream. We started to travel, and we loved that we could go anywhere and camp anywhere. And then we realized that the solar wasn't enough. So I then created a way to get backup power using my car. And I figured out a way to do that safely without, sometimes when people read about the car generator, they're like, oh my gosh, will it burn out my alternator? Will it fry my engine? Any of those kinds of things. We're 7 years in market now, zero vehicle issues, zero anything issues. So it's very simple. You just start your car, and this thing is 11 pounds. You just hang it on the front of your car. You plug it in using a dog bone, a 15 amp. If you've ever camped at a place or camped at a friend's house that you can, just plug into their house, it basically plugs in the same way. And then it provides a modest amount of power, and your Airstream has electricity. Then it can recharge, and it kind of doubles up in the winter, or for your home, if the power goes out, you can also use it for that too. We had a funny story. We had an Airstream couple up north of Toronto, and we had a big ice storm, and they had no power for 7 or 8 days, I think it was. And they used their car with their car generator. Their Airstream was, sleeping for winter, and they used the car with their car generator to run their things they need at home and just keep the house warm and to recharge their phones. And they just used it. I think they had a Ford Focus or something. It was just a simple little car, and it works. It does it. Car generator works on gas, diesel, electric, pure electric, hybrid, plug-in hybrids. So that's awesome. And actually, I was just going to say one other thing. Ford ProPower, about 2 or 3 years ago, Ford came out with ProPower now, and that they built this into their trucks, and our product is basically like that, but for everyone else.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Yeah, I as you were telling the story earlier about realizing that the little plug was not enough to charge your batteries when you had the pop-up and stuff, and it kind of, and what you're talking about as far as your product being able to charge the batteries back up, it brought back a memory, and that is Gina and I, we put solar, 440 watts of solar on our rig, and put in a battery monitor and nice charge controller and everything, but we still had lead acid batteries. We hadn't switched to lithium yet. So I had the ability to see my batteries. I could see what the quality and the health of my batteries were, and I had solar, but the lead acid batteries still only had a certain amount of strength and life to them, and we were still running our stock 1000 inverter that came from Airstream, and Gina got a new hair dryer, and on its lowest setting, it could run on our 1000 watt inverter. And but boy, it would peg it. I mean, like it was really sucking down the battery power. And I know that I'm sure this is definitely not the way you should do it, but I would plug my truck into the 7-way and I would crank my truck, and then I would turn the inverter on, and then I would look at my battery monitor and I would say, "Okay, Gina, go." And she would dry that hair as fast as she could dry it. And I could just see the numbers, and I could see the temperature of the battery raising.
And then you say stop.
Yeah, and then I would say stop. And so I'm literally letting the truck's alternator kind of help bring back a little power. Yeah. And, I'm just moving numbers around. It really wasn't doing much, but I mean, those
were the days, baby. Yeah, those were the days.
Those were the days. Think of how much simpler drying your hair would have been had we had a car generator.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly right. And I think you got the basic concept. You're definitely onto something there, because our concept is really simple, and my brain is so busy. Like I'm sitting there camping, but I'm thinking of 1,000 things that I could invent or do or whatever. And that's how all this started. And I just was thinking, you know what? When you start your truck, what kind of vehicle or truck or tow vehicle do you guys pull with?
Well, the story I gave, and up until this past winter, it was a 2007 Toyota Tundra. And
Tundra. Okay,
but we just switched to a GMC Sierra HD in November.
Ooh,
so
nice.
That's what we have now.
The 2500 or which one?
It's a 3500 with a gas engine.
Oh, that's nice. Nice, very, very nice truck.
Yeah.
So one of the simplest things that we do is when you can actually right now, anyone can go out and start their truck and switch on every light, heated seat, wipers, everything on max. And you could walk away from that truck and it will run it fully supported for 8 hours, 2 days, whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. They're engineered. All vehicles are engineered created by the engineers so that you can, if you're stuck in a traffic jam and not moving for 8 hours, you can just sit there idle and everything can run. Every single truck in every kind of condition, freezing cold, super hot, they're engineered to do that.
That's a cool stat to know. That's really neat.
It is. They have to, because, they couldn't engineer it such that if you're stuck in a traffic jam and, you're not moving for 8 hours and your engine blows up. I mean, they are all created to be able to sit there and idle for so long. So our concept is really, really simple. We just say, you're not driving your truck. You're not sitting in your truck. We just shut off all the things that you would be normally using, headlights, climate control, heated seats, wipers, because you're not using them. And we take exactly that amount of power out to do a different job. And that's to recharge your batteries, to run your hair dryer, to do all these kinds of things. And that's the most simple concept. And people will split hairs and argue about, cylinder washing and gas and idling and all these kinds of things. But the truth is, every car out there is built now, any modern, maybe not a 69 Studebaker, but every car out there is built to idle. And honestly, you know what? We're driving for days. And if you're going to idle your truck for 2-3 hours to refill your batteries, or 4 or 5 hours for the evening to just refill your batteries, cook dinner, bring the temperature down, do whatever, and then shut it off overnight, God bless. Who cares, right?
And
you're not going to argue about that, right? Just live your life.
And
right?
it's not the kind of idling that sounds like a loud generator and the smell of a typical gas powered generator, which is
it's true. Like Ford, it is true. Like the Ford F-150 now, just a regular garden variety Ford F-150 with Pro Power, Ford certifies and markets it. You can leave it running for 85 hours. That's 3.5 days.
Man.
Like fully supported by Ford, because that's how the vehicles are created now. The only difference is if you have a diesel vehicle, we say about every 8 or 9 hours, if you're running it that long, take it out, drive it around for 15 minutes. It'll do all of its purging and whatever it needs to do. But Yeah, it's just very simple concepts. We just said, just shut off all the things, and then we'll pull out that exact same amount of power. And the truck doesn't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't know that it's running the radio and the headlights, or whether you're charging your batteries in the Airstream. It doesn't. It's happy to. It's just doing a job. So
that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Describe to us what you consider to be the most epic experience / location that you and your family have been with your rig, that you used the car generator to be able to do that. Like what would that be?
I've got exactly. I know instantly when you said it. I knew exactly where it was. It was an acetique. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but acetique. It's a beach, and all the campsites are non-electrical, so there's no plugins there. But the coolest thing about that is it's on the seashore. It's on the ocean side, and horses. There's wild horses that if you Google for acetique and horses and camping, you'll find tons. So we literally were waking up in the morning and there's wild ponies walking around outside. That was just, I think, the most amazing experience that we've had in the Airstream, boondocking, off-grid, not plugged in, none of it. And then again, in that scenario, what I really liked about that was that everything was quiet and we could enjoy our life. We had our fans, whatever. And then we used our batteries and we had solar. But then when we needed more power, we just ran our car for a couple hours and then it recharged it. So I didn't feel anxious about not having power or any of those kinds of things. So that, I would say that was, and it was all boondocking. All of it was non-electric. Yeah. So that was, I would say, our coolest spot.
That's kind of in the eastern side of coastal Virginia, right? That's where that is.
It is.
Yeah. It's awesome there.
How did you know that?
That was amazing.
Huh?
How did you know that?
I just know, baby.
Oh my. Okay. I didn't know where that was. Why have you never taken me there?
Because we don't have a car generator yet.
Oh. Well,
I know a guy.
Yeah, you know a guy. I know a guy. My question was going to be that, or is, what Airstreamers are always worried or concerned with weight and weight management. So, is there a weight to this generator that they would need to know about?
Yeah, I can probably show you here. This is. I could get a scale out, but this is one hand.
It's 11.
It's 11 pounds.
Oh, 11 pounds.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's easy enough.
It's 11 pounds. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's 11 pounds. It's very lightweight and portable. And the reason is because you're not dragging gas cans. You're not installing things. Like I know some people that are really super diehard generator users or whatever. And there's two stories. One is, I think there's Aircrafters, which makes a beautiful product, but honestly, they're up in the range of what it costs to install. I was really surprised. They're up in the range of what it costs to install a full standby generator at home. Like they're not inexpensive.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they're beautiful. They're really beautiful, but you better really love having a generator running and using and needing it a lot to be able to do that. So that's one thing. And I forgot what the other thing was, but
well, I mean, the thing about the weight is this is portable. It could stay in your tow vehicle. It wouldn't have to go in the trailer, and it's not permanent. So some trips you could go without it if you wanted to. And I mean, it's just depends on what your need is. It's very compact and easy to move around.
It really is. I mean, I would say at a rally, an Airstream rally, just a couple of years ago, I was there, and there was it was actually at the factory, and I think it was at the factory. But anyways, someone had a 7,000 watt generator in the back of their truck, and it took 3 guys and a steel loading ramp to drag that beast out of the truck. Yeah. And I thought, wow, you got to really be dedicated to wanting power to do that. Whereas this basically uses, your truck has a great engine. It's got a fuel tank that can literally run for 100 hours. and it's got an alternator and everything else. And all you need is this, and it makes it very simple and very easy. And some people love it, some people hate it, some people think it's a stupid idea, but a lot of our customers, if you go to cargenerator.com and you click on videos, and you'll see what our customers actually have to say about it, why they love it. So, it's like that famous beer commercial from Alexander Keith's that says, those that love it a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. People don't really know if they love something until they try it, right?
Yeah.
Love, hate, until they try it. Yeah.
So with there's a trend, I guess, in a way, it's been happening for a while now, where people are putting these big solar and battery banks in their rigs to be able to run an air conditioner for 3, 4, 5 hours, however long. Have you done any kind of calculations to see? Okay, well, so you have this big system, you're running your AC off your lithium battery bank, and it's pulling X amount of amp hours out, and my car generator is plugged in, and it's putting back in what you've used. Like, have you done any testing and calculations like that?
Yeah, so the easiest way to think about it, and one of the people that I met actually at an Airstream rally, is Mike Sokol. Oh, yeah. Mike Sokol is an RV electricity guy, and he does seminars. He speaks at Airstream rallies. He does all kinds of things. We actually did a seminar with him with the Airstream Club International a couple of years ago, and we're going to be doing another one in the next month or two with Airstream. So he talks about RV electricity and how many watts and how many amps and all these kinds of things to do. So he actually has got some really great information about that. But the easiest way to think about it is that your air conditioner uses around 1,600, 1,700 watts while it's running. So the batteries that you get are in watt hours. So if you think about it, you get a 5,000 watt hour battery bank, or a 10,000 or a 2,000 or whatever it is. And then you just think about how many, when it's running, when it's not, how often it runs. And that's a really easy way to think about it. Like if the air conditioner was running full tilt on batteries for 5 hours, and it's actually not, because you notice that it kicks in, kicks out, especially at night. The battery banks can so easily handle that now, and a lot of people just have those battery capacities now. So you can calculate that out. You say 5,000 divided by 1,600 gives you roughly the amount of hours that you can do. It's plus or minus. It's a kind of a rough amount, but yeah, that's it. And then putting power back into it. So I've shot videos. If you go to cargenerator.com and you click on videos, or you search YouTube for car generator, you'll find videos where I've shown how our trailer is sitting there. We've got solar coming in, power's coming in from the sun, solar on the trailer, but also we're charging it using the car generator at, in that case, around 1,300 watts. So we've got 500 watts of panels up on the roof. We've got 1,300 watts in that case coming in from our car, and you can see easily, you can do the math of how how you're using power and how you're putting back power. And I put it this way: this 11-pound box right here, the car generator that's 1,000 watts, is the equivalent of having 10 massive 100-watt solar panels sitting there in perfect sun in the middle of the day in perfect conditions. Just any time of day or night, you just switch it on, plug it in. Plug into your shore power connector, and it recharges, and all your outlets are active. It's very, very simple.
I'm always wanting to pay attention to make sure that my batteries don't get down to a particular percentage, that unless I make sure I've got solar the next day to bring them back up, then that percentage is never going to get back to 100, and then I start over again, and it's going to go down even lower before the next evening.
Well, it's not as bad with the lithium.
Vicious cycle.
When we had the wet cells, it was terrible, but with the lithium, it's not quite as bad because we're not power hogs, but I'm digging being able to cool off the rig before bed at night or something if we're out boondocking.
Yeah, well, and just know that you have this source of power available to you without waiting on perfect sun conditions, perfect solar conditions the next day.
Well, especially like even in the wintertime, because our solar panels are on our roof. and the sun doesn't always hit the roof in the wintertime.
Well,
It's at an angle.
It's not at the ideal angle.
Right. So, yeah, I see all kinds of benefits to this.
That's a good point, Gina. When we were out in Southwest Arizona in the past winters, that sun is not up there. You're not getting quality solar.
Now, having a little portable one on the, that you can move with the sun down on the ground, that's another story.
Yeah.
That helps out, but I don't want to carry that around either.
Well, in that
You know what? Yeah, you're right. That portable one, then you got the risk of people, they worry about if you're going out to get something from the store, is someone going to steal it, and you got to keep moving it around. And there's all these things. And literally, you can run, that's one panel.
Right.
This, you just start your truck and run it for an hour, and it's the equivalent of having 10 of those things just for that time, right? So,
yeah.
Right.
And that, Gina, when we had that portable solar panel, it weighed almost 40 pounds.
It was very heavy, and awkward.
Yeah, it was
the
180,
way it folded and
180 watt portable panel.
I mean, it was nice,
Folding
but
it.
it was just
folding it and storing it.
yeah. But everybody's got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
I would say at the rallies, it's interesting when people see this and they buy it. One of the first things that they do is on the flea market later in the rally,
They put
on the table is their gas generator. Literally, I see it so often that people buy one of these, and at the flea market, their gas generator is just sitting there because they're like, I don't want to drag that. I drag this around all summer in a couple of jerry cans, and I use it 3 times, and I'm just tired of that. And this thing is 11 pounds. You can put it under your pillow. You can sleep it, put it in your bed, put it in your Airstream, in your side closets, wherever you want.
It's smaller than our roll-on suitcase that we have our shoes in, Gina.
It's small.
So,
yeah. I love it.
Well,
and we carry a generator around with us. Now we've only used it one time, and
right?
Yeah, we used it one time many years ago. Now it has over 400 hours on it, but we've loaned it out to other people to use at different locations for one reason or another, mainly because they've run their batteries down and didn't have any way of charging it. But Chris converted it to propane immediately, so it's never had gas in it. But it's still, 40, 50 pounds sitting up in our truck?
48 pounds.
48, you know that precisely.
Yes.
Okay, so I was, so I said between 40 and 50 pounds.
That's right.
So I was right. Okay. But the point being, that is 40 or 50 pounds we could take out of the rig, out of the truck, I mean.
For sure. We, when we reconnected with you and we remembered about meeting you in 2018, you said that you had just come off of getting one of the deals. How do I describe it? You know what I'm talking about? You tell us about that, because I think that's cool.
It is really cool, actually, because to start with, I'm not much of a TV watcher, but a lot of my friends and family do. And we had this storm, and we used this, and I created this product, and a lot of my friends and family said, hey, you should go on this show called Dragon's Den. It's just like Shark Tank. So I started watching episodes and figuring out what it is. So I actually got selected out of 4,000 people. About 150 people get selected to do a recording in front of this in the studio, and then about 75 of those people actually get on the air on national TV for 10 minutes with all of that, with millions of viewers. So I actually got on TV. And I got a deal for $100,000 from 2 dragons. Actually, they're called dragons. They're like sharks, so they're the Canadian and the UK version of a Shark Tank. And you have some that have crossed over as well. They've been on both sides. So I got a deal for $100,000, and of course I said yes on the air. Yeah. Now what a lot of people don't know is that they're not obligated to actually fulfill it, and you're not obligated to take the deal. Oh. So I went on the air and I got the deal, and I said yes, but I didn't actually take the money. And we've grown tremendously over the last number of years. So I'm actually very grateful that I didn't take the money and give up a very big part of my company for that.
How about that? So you fought the dragons and won.
I won, but then I just left I did. But you know what? What was interesting? There's 6 or 7 dragons, and it really was like a good microcosm of all the people in the world that see this product. So one of the dragons said, "Oh my God, I'm not going to leave my car running. That's terrible. What does it do to the warranty?" Right? She was out, of course. Yeah, there were other dragons, but then the dragons that backed me. One guy was from Quebec, where they've had so many power outages and ice storms, and it's like from just north of Vermont. And he backed me. He loved the product. Got down. He said, "I'm going to buy one of these for every house I own." And then Jim Treliving, the Boston Pizza guy, he backed me as well. So those two. So, but it just shows you some people love the product and the concept, and the people don't like it. But for those who do, you'll see our customers.
Yeah.
My favorite place is our reviews page, where people actually talk about what they like and they don't like about it, and that's
awesome.
Well, I'm glad you said that right there, because a lot of times reviews on someone's website is always the positive. They don't let what they don't like as well on there. And I like that you just said that it's either way, like. Because you learn, yes, all the positive reviews are fantastic, but you learn from the ones that tell you, well, I didn't like this and this is why, as long as it's legitimate stuff and not just, a bitch gripe session kind of thing. But yeah, that's nice to hear.
It is. Yeah. That's cool. So what's on your agenda for this summer coming up from a Airstreaming standpoint?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm going to be at the Minot, North Dakota rally. I went to went to one rally in Doswell, Virginia. That was amazing. And then last year there was one in York, Pennsylvania, near Hershey, and I loved that so much. It was the biggest collection of people that have my product all in one place. And it was just great. I was at the booth just, explaining the product, and people would come up and they'd say, no, we already have one. So I got them to take pictures holding it. So I've got all these pictures. It's cool. Really fun. So I'm going to be at the North Dakota rally for that. That'll be a 22-hour drive for me. So I'll be in Europe for holidays, for a wedding before that, and coming back and then driving out to Minot. And I'll probably go to the Lumapalooza rally. I think it's the last one. I think I'll probably intend to go to that. And a couple of the other rallies as well. I'm looking forward. It's just such a great community. I love being in the Airstream community. You meet so many great people, and the best thing is we get to be in our trailers. I just need to lie on my bed, look up at the ceiling, and that's the magic right there. I mean, that's
only because you get to see yourself.
Yeah, you get to see.
I see the rounded, the funhouse mirrors of
yeah, that's right.
It might not be the best, but
that's cool. Well, yeah, we look forward to seeing you there at International, because that's where we reconnected with you last year, and it is a fun rally. I mean, it's big, it's a lot of people, but it kind of re-energizes you if you need it, and then obviously reaffirms if you the awesomeness of.
Well, sometimes people only go to that rally. Yeah, they don't go to the smaller rallies. So it just reconnects everyone with the community and reaffirms their brand loyalty and all that. Yeah.
Well, we fingers crossed. We hope we will be able to pull off a happy hour at International like we did this past year. But
that sounds fun.
Yeah, you got to come to our happy hour. We had close to 200 people at it last year, and we got lucky with a big camp spot. We had a guy that owned a brewery donate some beer. We had a guy that was at the vendor hall there that had the cooler keg. He volunteered. He volunteered a cooler keg and had some drinks in it. We had a guy that volunteered bourbon tasting. It all came together. Fun. Yeah, we had a big time.
Not that everything was surrounded around booze. That was just some of the things.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's happy hour. I mean, we're not putting out any little finger foods.
Well, we also had a fantastic comedian.
We did have comedian.
That's cool.
Do a little stand up for us.
Yeah,
yes,
we did.
Yes.
So hopefully we'll be able to pull off a fun happy hour. And love for you and your folks to come.
Absolutely, and then also. Our goal is to sit down and do the recording again where anyone can come and drop by and speak to us for a couple of minutes.
Yeah, in the
That'd be
vendor
great.
hall, we had a booth for one day in the vendor hall last year, and hope to do that again this year, where we just kept the mics hot and people would just sit down and chat with us for a few minutes. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
And then what we did, I think that fell on a Tuesday.
It was a Tuesday or Wednesday.
And then we immediately turned it right around and put it up as our episode for that week. So it was
that
as
Thursday.
real time as possible, which was kind of fun.
That's so fun. I'm looking forward to that. I'll be in the vendor hall area and also be camping there. And I'll be doing a webinar or like a seminar
Great.
speaking about boondocking as well. So I'll be we had about 70, 80 people at my seminar last year. So I'll be looking forward to that again. And then just hanging out, socializing with everyone. And
That's cool.
yeah,
That's the best
definitely
part.
fun.
Yeah, we
Now, will your wife go with you to that?
No, not this time around because she's going to be. We're in England actually for a wedding. We're in 2 European weddings. It's kind of crazy this year, but we can't not do them. They're family,
Right.
so she's going to be in England, and then she's coming back a bit later. But I'm going to come back and drive the 23 hours to North Dakota and. So yeah, she won't be able to attend this one, but she was at Doswell, and she'll be at some other rallies too.
Great.
But,
very cool.
her name is Athena, my personal goddess.
Listen to
how
him.
about that? That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, I
Yeah.
love her so much. She's so fun. We love being together, and it's just honestly, it's so you find a great person and you hang out. Like you guys have been married together for a long time.
33.
A long time.
33.
33.
33 years?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, wait.
We're 25 years. So what's your secret?
It is that
The secret?
that I'll admit, I'll easily admit, Gina got me when I was 16, 17 years old, and she trained me properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what else is it that you always say? You learn 3 things.
Oh, I learned how to real early. I learned how to hang the toilet paper the right direction.
No.
Oh, that's not it.
No.
Which way is that?
Oh, it's over the top. It's always over the top.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, you find someone great and you hang out with them. And
Absolutely.
you figure out your systems. You pick your battles, eat the meat and spit out the bones, and just live your life and enjoy the good parts of it.
Well,
So.
I'll say this too is that I was doing a lot of travel for work prior to us Airstreaming. I was gone a lot. And
that kept us together for 30 years.
That's
Anyway.
not so. That's not so.
I'm just picking.
Had I stayed the course on that, it probably would have affected things. But I was burned out of it anyway, so I was ready to kind of come off the road from that travel. And then we pivoted into Airstream life, and I mean, 9 years have flown by like it was
It really has.
no time.
Yeah.
And best thing for us, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's just fabulous.
Yeah, it is. It's
And
In
you
your
know,
first episode, you say burned out, not burned up, not the fire. That was a fun little joke you did on
that's
that
right.
in the first episode.
That's right. Thanks for remembering that. Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. Like, that's just so interesting. Like, it was such a good little joke because you were in fire safety before,
Yeah.
as you said, but you were burned out. And it was like, oh, no, that's not it. But anyway, it's so fun.
That's right.
Hey, 22-hour drive from home to get to North Dakota. You can listen to a lot of podcast episodes.
Yeah, you can.
I sure will. You'll be right there on my dial. You'll be traveling with me for sure.
So how will you travel? Will you stay in Canada or will you come down to the U.S. first?
No, I cross over at Buffalo or Michigan, I think it is, and then I just go across the U.S. It's super easy. I mean, I love, I love traveling in the U.S. Our daughter was saying us the other day, I miss road tripping. I love, going and doing that road trip thing. And we, now we're doing this summer, we're doing a bunch of other things, but yeah, I love it. It's great. You can travel, go, enjoy. And the best thing is at the destination, there's 1,000 shiny silver Airstreams, so many to see.
They're so pretty. And when the sun starts setting and they all light up, it's so beautiful.
Have you?
And so many different ones, old and new, and all of it.
Yes.
Have I went through?
Yeah, I was going to say, have you? Well, 2 questions. One, are you able to keep your Airstream at your home? And then part 2 to that is like, how often are you out in it? Like, is it you hitch to it, go to it as often as you can, or is it mainly just built around big trips for rallies and other major vacation type things?
Yeah, so we're lucky. We're able to store it with some friends that are north of the city, so we can either go and just use it where it is, or we can hitch it up and go on trips and adventures. So where we live in downtown Toronto, so there's no way. Yeah, we could never. That'd be fun. I'd love to have it here. That'd be really great. But we can't really park it here in a downtown scenario. So yeah, we can go way to it. And quite honestly, I also like the separation. I like being able to go and use it and then come back home. I like being able to do both sides of it. So yeah, so we love it. We use it either in place or travel, and it's always nicely equipped. You just add water to your tanks, empty your gray and black, and get on the road.
So when he said downtown Toronto, you know what I thought about, don't you, Gina?
Yes.
What?
All right. So, and I don't know if they still do this or not, but this was in, Gina, when was it?
A long time
like around
ago.
1995, I think. We had to go to Toronto for one of Gina's business conferences. And we went to the top of the CN Tower.
Oh, yeah.
And they have the little glass floor section, right? Do they still have the glass floor section? Do you know?
They sure do. Some people just like that. Some people love it. Some people hate it.
Oh my gosh!
Just like car generator. So how did you fare?
I'm not scared of heights. I'm not. I really am not. But I just don't like the sensation of not feeling like there's anything under me, right? I did not like that glass floor. Gina was like laying down on it. She was dancing on it. She was having a big time. And
it's a small area. It's not very big.
And I was having a flip out. And I got, let's just say I got a very uncomfortable feeling that did not go away for a good half hour.
Or longer.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Yes. You can say it. This is an explicit
I'm not
show.
going to. I mean, he's... No. I got this pain.
Do it. Lay it on me. What is it?
I got this pain in my groin that it was like my testicles sucked back up inside my body.
Oh man!
And it did.
Oh man!
Oh, it was.
He
bad.
was in pain.
The fear.
Oh yes, it was.
Wow.
And it would not release. It would not go away. And
I'm like, you're not even.
Man.
I'm like, you're not even standing on it anymore. And he said, "Oh, it just hurts so bad."
Oh gosh, yeah. And
I offered to rub it.
Heights are not for you.
No,
You offered to rub it.
I did. I said, "Can I rub you, baby? Can I make you feel
you guys
better?"
are a riot.
Yeah.
not to,
After 33 years and you're still having fun and joking, and honestly, that's what it is. That's the sign of life. It's fun. That's great.
Yeah.
You have to keep it light.
Yeah.
You really do.
And
life is so serious these days. You got to have.
Yes,
you definitely
I
need
agree.
to.
now,
Yeah.
am I still right in thinking that is the tallest structure in North America? Is that right?
I think it is actually self-standing structure. I think it is.
Yeah.
And it's a landmark. Everyone that comes here, and they actually do have. If you do come to Toronto, they do have. We're a very friendly city. Canadians are.
Yes.
Someone said we're like the golden retrievers. We're very friendly. We really are very friendly. But I will say honestly, it's interesting. I do miss America. Like when I hadn't been for a couple of years because of all the ruckus and everything else.
Yeah.
So I crossed over to go to York, the York rally last year. And I crossed over the border. And as soon as I was done with, customs, went through, and I was like, I'm in America again. This is great. And I love it. It's like you're in another country. And like, I don't really want us to be all one country. Like we're two different people. Like we share a border, but we're distinct cultures, and I love that. I don't want, I don't want everything to be bland. I don't want everything to be beige. Have different shades, different colors, and that's what makes it interesting.
It is.
Yeah. For sure.
So we're very friendly. Come up here and visit us in Toronto. If you're up here, look me up, send me a message, and it's great. It's
What I've always wanted to go up to Canada to do, which. When Chris was in the fire service, he had a lot of guys who did this, and they kept saying, just come on up. But then he left that position and we started Airstreaming. But I wouldn't eat it or have anything to do with it, but I wanted to go out on the ice and do the little hut and the ice fishing
Yeah.
scenario. I just wanted to know what that felt like, you know?
Well,
I don't know if
I
you
guess
could go
it's
out on
probably
it, Chris.
fun.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess it's probably fun. I haven't done it myself, but
Yeah.
there's lots to see and do and enjoy.
And you're up there so
and
close to the areas to do that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's places here, but I want to go somewhere where it's so daggone cold. I know that ice ain't going to break when I stand on it.
I think I'd rather be in an Airstream in -20 with the furnace running continuously than an ice hut.
Oh, we could take
That's
an
it.
Airstream out on the ice.
No, thank you.
No? Oh, okay.
When it gets cold enough, I think theoretically you probably could. So one of my friends is Jim Phelan from Air Skirts. He invented this cool product that basically inflates under your rig. So when you're camping in the cold or even the warm, it'll help to insulate underneath your Airstream. And it's called Air Skirts. And so I guess, someone could invent something that maybe your Airstream could float. You could get out on the ice. I don't know. I saw a picture somewhere where someone put an Airstream on a barge and then they drove it somewhere down a river. And I thought, wow, that'd be my kind of cruise. So,
Yes.
so many fun things.
Those older Airstreams that had no holding tanks, but they had the gopher hole spot.
That'd be great.
Then you could get one of those, and then that's where you could fish through.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to
That's
fish.
true.
I just want to go sit out there on it and experience that. I probably wouldn't last 10 minutes, but I'd like to do.
At least give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like up in Canada somewhere. There's the ice hotel where the artists come in and they sculpt it out, and
That's in
They
Canada.
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
they do all these fun things. I want to go do that, but I think there's like a waiting list for years. Well, I don't plan, so I'll never get to do that. But
Don't say never.
well, I'm not going to
If it's
plan
meant
it.
to be, it will happen. So you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
There you go.
But yeah, I'd like to
But
go
if
to
you're
that.
in Canada, ever look me up. I'd love to see you
Absolutely.
guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we've the
We
timing
just have
of
to make it happen.
the timing of us becoming full-time RVers didn't coincide too well with how COVID happened, because we were full on traveling the country, just seeing all the epic sights and enjoying ourselves. And then when COVID hit, we had never made it up into Canada yet, and then just haven't since. But we need to, for sure. It's beautiful, beautiful country. Lots of places.
What did COVID have to do with that?
You couldn't cross the border.
Oh
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of things shut down. And then they created all the RVs and the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
So they created all these RVs, and there's lots of them, but they didn't create the same amount of campgrounds either. So now we're boondocking. So
Yeah.
we love it.
Yeah.
That works
Right.
for me.
That's right. We can't thank you enough for giving us a little bit of time and wanting to participate in our podcast. I mean, you're a cool guy. It was fun to hang out with you when we met you in 2018, and it was neat to reconnect and have you on the podcast. So
It was a lot of fun.
can't wait to see you
Thanks
at
for having me.
International.
Absolutely.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks. Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing you again there too. So
Yeah.
awesome.
We're gonna have big fun.
Well,
Yep.
we'll see you down the road as soon as we can. Okay.
Good luck with your travels
betcha.
this summer and the weddings.
okay.
Oh yeah.
I will. Thank you very much.
You might have literally the most miles under your travel belt getting from where you were to getting to North Dakota than anybody.
Yes, I
mean,
bet.
if you-
That's true.
You
Because
know.
I'm
Yeah.
flying from England and then going, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I might
Yeah.
win that award.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of travel to get to North
It
Dakota.
is. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, Jonathan, thank you so much. And
Yeah.
Thank you.
You take care. We'll see you down the road.
You bet. Big hugs and love to you both.
Thanks,
You
buddy.
too.
See you.
Thanks.
Bye.
We've come a long way, and I only say goodbye because, we never say goodbye on a caravan, but we'll be seeing you down the road.